Hey guys, welcome back. This is the CGCB podcast with John and Mitch. And today on this episode, we are going to be talking about one of both of our favorite games, Fallout New Vegas.
Oh,
Um, yeah, so this is a game that came out when we were about middle school? No, high school. It came
yeah, I'm
out.
about to say, we was in high school, and I don't have it with me, unfortunately. I left it at my mom's, but I got the collector's edition that had the whole like rustic looking case with the comic book entry, the all the poker chips, the platinum chip,
Yes,
a deck of caravan cards, the whole 9 yards.
I remember that. Yeah, that kit was awesome. I really wanted it, but at the time, I was kind of a teenager and strapped for cash, so I bought the what was it, the limited edition one, like the next tier up from the base.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if I ever come across one, if I can find one that's unopened, I'll definitely buy it, especially if it's for PC. Because reason why we're bringing it up is because I just started a new playthrough on PC. I've beaten it on PlayStation. I've beaten it on Xbox. So time to do it on PC and enjoy some mods along with that.
Oh,
But
geez, don't even get me started.
yeah. But as for Fallout New Vegas, um, I know you're just now restarting it. You haven't played it in years.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that like I started it earlier this year because I got an itch to play it again and I downloaded it. And when you brought it up to do a podcast, I decided, well, let me go back and revisit it. I uploaded my character and I was right at where I was going to take off to go to. No, actually, I wasn't at the beginning of the Battle of Hoover Dam. I was already in the Legate's camp trying to take him on. So I just reverted back to before that so I can go prep a little more because, I didn't have quite the ammo to take that battle on. So unfortunately, I don't have any DLC on PC, but I did have them for Xbox. So I at least have played all of them.
Yeah. We're not going to give any spoiler alerts because this game's been out long enough to not warrant any spoilers. Because if you haven't played it by now, I mean, you're just missing out. But if you haven't played it, please play it. It's a great game.
Buggy as hail, though.
Yes, if you play it on console, it is absolutely garbage when it comes to bugs.
Even on PC.
Surprisingly enough, I've been playing on PC and I've only encountered maybe one or two bugs, and those were easily reverted. Uh, Fingers crossed. Keep it.
Yeah.
I think I've just been lucky. But I got a few topics I want to talk about here on New Vegas. So the opening or the beginning. So basically,
Oh yeah, with Benny and
when Benny does his speech and domes you basically. When you first played that game, what were you like? What were you thinking about, or how were you perceiving this as soon as you seen that happen? And I'll let you answer first, and I'll give you my perspective.
Well, I saw it and I was like, damn, that dude Benny is an asshole. And so I was like, how the motherfucker gonna shoot me in the head, bury me in a shallow grave, and just walk off like it's nothing? And then they dig me up, and it's like, how the fuck I survived that and still be able to manage to function? Because I've seen some interviews with people who've been shot in the head, and they can barely function. So it's like, wow, that was pretty lucky. It's almost like the lobotomy you get at Fallout 3 with I can't remember the DLC. It's the one where you go to the swamp and you leave with like half a lobotomy, and then you have a little jar with a piece of your brain in it.
That was a good DLC.
I forget the whole premise of it, but yeah, it was.
But for me, it was I guess you could say like a middle-aged teenager. So like the initial sequence, I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on? Like, why am I bound up getting shot in the head as soon as the game starts? This sucks. I thought it was going to be one of those like a preface, you know, like you're seeing the end of the game and then you got to start back at the beginning. But no, you survive getting shot in the head because it's a 24 karat run of bad luck. And which as soon as I seen it, I was like, if I can get that gun, I'm getting it. I told myself that right off the bat, and if I can get that guy's suit, I'm definitely getting it. And luckily enough, you can. So I definitely went straight for it. But for the character build, what kind of build do you usually do, as in like your stats wise, like small or guns, science, energy weapons? What do you do?
Um, um, speech, guns, repair, and what's the other one I put a focus in? It's been so long since I've a character, but I know those are like the three top ones I do. Because like even when I do Fallout 4 and I do my special, it's it's most of my points go into charisma. I put a little bit in strength and endurance, and then the rest of them go into perception. So yeah, so as long as I usually keep that paradigm going through all of the Fallout games that I've played, just because it's pretty much how I run through life.
Yeah, I kind of set mine up the same way because it's close to what I do in life. Yeah, for mine, it's guns right off the bat because I know I'm shooting a lot. And then I do speech because I rather talk my way out of it than fight at the beginning of the game because I know it's hard to like grind your way up sometimes. So I like to have my speech there to kind of save myself so I can buff myself up so I can come back later on and just destroy them. And
Speaking
then
of grinding your way up, Elder Scrolls Morrowind was the worst for that.
yeah. And then guns, speech, what was it? I think it's medicine that I do because you know it's hard to find stim packs right off the bat. So I try to make the most out of the stim packs. And then uh, it's either lockpick or I think I do lockpick just because I like to steal shit in the game. I don't steal shit in real life, but
usually they're your klepto.
Yeah, no, I like to scavenge. I'm a scavenger, and I like to find stuff like that. And, I really like the Wacky Wasteland perk.
That's always a great one,
Dude, it is
have you
perfect.
ever ran into the gang of grandmas with the rolling pins?
Yes, that caught me off guard so hard, dude. Like I was not ready for that. Like the first time I ran into them, I was playing on console, and I had just like used all of my ammo in like a battle before it. So when I was over there like scavenging, when I get out of the building, I had like maybe 10 rounds of 9 mil, and I was screwed because I don't put anything in unarmed, so I could it wasn't like I could fight them. So I just kind of like died. So I had to keep like respawning, and then eventually I got to the point to where I figured out how I can take one or two and then basically just run away. And then I literally ran away, bought ammo, came back and killed them. But yep, that's how the initial build for me worked. But for factions, what factions do you usually go with when you play?
Well, the first playthrough I did, I went NCR because I was like, well, these guys have kind of got their shit together. These other guys are kind of assholes and not a big fan of the whole slavery thing. So I went with them. The next playthrough, I went with Yes Man. That was a fun one, which actually the most current playthrough I've done is Yes Man as well. Because I figure, well, the NCR don't really have that much to offer. Kaisar's Legion don't really have that much to offer. The Boomers, the Brotherhood, and the Enclave, I think I'll go with them. And then just kind of take over afterwards. So, yeah, that's the way I generally enjoy trying to do it. So, make it its own little autonomous area.
Yeah, I generally run the same. So the first playthrough, of course, I went NCR because, like you, I figured they had their shit together, and didn't really like Caesar's Legion because fuck slavery. Um, and the Yes Man, he was just annoying to me. So I basically
I
I
mean, he's a
made
yes man, so he's gonna be.
yeah. I mean I got so aggravated that I killed him, and he comes right back, and I was like, oh my god, seriously. So I gave that up, and I just didn't even finish that quest line. And then I went off and worked with the boomers, and then I liked the not the Enclave, Brotherhood of Steel, and they were.
Mhm.
I like the Brotherhood of Steel, but at the same time, you come to a certain point where you have to take them out for the NCR. So I just kind of went ahead and did that,
Mhm.
even though I was in the good graces. And then for who is it that's in the Red Canyon?
The
Uh,
cons.
yeah, the cons. I got in their good graces, even though they hated the NCR, and I think I made it work between the two. But my second playthrough, I did a Yes Man, just Yes Man only, and then had the smaller factions behind me. And then my final, I did do a Caesar's Legion playthrough only for the trophies, and that was my most hated playthrough I've ever done because I not only did it for Caesar's Legion, I did it as an unarmed playthrough too, which is completely against everything that I do.
Oof.
Yeah, so it was unarmed or melee only, and I managed to do an entire playthrough uh, like that. Hated every bit. Uh, I mean, I know it's only a video game, but I didn't like the whole slavery aspect, and basically you're going and enslaving people half the time. So
I mean, if you take a bit of a sadistic view, it's actually kind of fun.
yeah, I mean, if you're a
But
sadistic asshole, yeah, you'd love it. That's your perfect playthrough. But for me, I was like, no, man, this ain't my deal. And that was a very quick playthrough. As a matter of fact, I think I finished that playthrough in maybe 15 hours. Like I started it on a Friday after I got out of school, and I think I finished it like a Saturday afternoon or something. Like I played it all day, of course, because I was a teenager. But
Mhm.
after I finished the gameplay, it was like, oh, thank God I am done with that. Now I can go back to do what I want to do. And then I went back into another playthrough.
Right.
But
Yeah.
enough of factions. What's your favorite guns or weapons in the game?
Oh
There's a
no, I'm just
lot,
kidding.
I know.
Um, well, my favorite starting off is actually get the first thing I try to do is either get a varmint rifle or a service rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Work with them, but at the end of it, there's one named gun. I forget what it is, but it's like a 12.7 AR or a 45.70 AR. I can't remember which one that you get out of the Honest Hearts DLC. I think it's called like the survival rifle or
Yeah,
something
it's the
like that.
survival rifle.
I like those. I like the All American was okay. I just thought that one was a little out of place.
It's hard to get.
Uh, it's pretty easy to get.
Well, I mean,
Um,
if you're a low level, it's hard to get to the vault to get it because there's a ton of radiation and stuff you got to go through. Because that's
yeah,
the only time I ever got it was when I was a low level, and it was hard for me to get.
yeah, because you got to deal with all the ghouls and shit in there. And
Yeah.
another one that I really liked was um, the SMMG that you get from uh, Lonesome Road, as well as the rocket launcher. At least
How
maybe it
about
was called.
that?
But there's one named one that's called, I believe it's called Rocket's Red Glare.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun. Then what's another good one? This machine, because I mean,
There's,
classic.
I mean, everybody loves the pain of a fucking clip coming out of a M1.
Yeah, there's plenty of good ones. It's just been so long since I played. I don't remember. Oh, the BAR that you get out of The Sierra Madre is another good one. That one, it's just so hard to find ammo for it when you're there, though.
Thank you for console commands.
But that, and then the I forget what it's called, but it's the gun you get from Arcade Gannon. When you finish his quest line, and he takes you to the downed vertibird and gives it to you. That one's, it's like a massive rail gun, and it's amazing.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Usually when I start, I do the varmint rifle and the 9mm first, and then I try to fight my way to find a carbine, or basically an M4. When you first start, it's hard to find ammo for it, but I really like the hunting rifle. If I can get me a hunting rifle and then modify it, I'll try to use that a lot. One of my most favorites is the sniper rifle, like completely modded out with the suppressor, the carbon fiber, and all that. I think they just look awesome. And the Gobi sniper rifle, that one is really cool. Or the anti-material rifle with the explosive rounds. But this recent playthrough, I'm using the marksman carbine and the light machine gun, and I'm using it with only armor-piercing rounds through Dead Money DLC that I'm playing through. So far, it's working.
That's console commands for you.
Yep. Yeah, I did that. I'm playing Dead Money because I really wanted the BAR, and so far I haven't got it yet. And weirdly enough, if you hit the console command for it, it won't give it to you. So I'm just gonna find it on my own, and then once I get it, I'll.
Yeah, it's in one of the security stations.
Yeah,
it's around the resort.
But, yeah, I really like those guns. I don't really do explosives a whole lot because I tend to kill myself when it comes to explosives. Granted, the grenade machine gun is like really cool, and I vividly remember watching like the TV advertisements for New Vegas, and the guy just sitting there on Black Mountain just mowing down the super mutants with a grenade machine gun.
You talking about I forget it. No, I'm talking about the character. Because it's that super mutant that's down at the bottom, right? That's what you're talking
about. Black Mountain is like kind of in the center of the map.
Yeah, no, and then you meet the super mutant that wants to get rid of
Jacob.
No, Jacob's over at
the mountain, the North Mountain.
Yeah.
Lily is up there as well.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. I thought there was another super mutant that was out at the base of Black Mountain that you meet to get the quest to go clear it out.
It is Jacob, because you start with Jacob and then he goes north after you finish on Black Mountain.
Okay.
At least I think. It's been a minute since I played that specific quest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really loved that part of the advertisement. But yeah, when it comes to guns, I stick to guns. No explosives for me. It was annoying when I first played through, like trying to utilize TNT. It was, for some reason, it just did not work for me. And then energy guns, or plasma guns didn't really do a thing for me either. But I really liked the whole modification system, and then being able to make your own ammo, which is really fun. And the ammo types. When they released this, it was a huge jump from 3 to this.
Oh yeah.
And it was just awesome. It was just awesome. But moving on, your favorite armor or armor type. What's your go-to for armor?
Power armor, hands down.
T51.
This recent playthrough, I've actually got the Enclave armor.
Oh, the XO one. Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm running. I do have a set of T51B Brotherhood armor, and I've got some T41. I think it's T41 Delta from the NCR. No, because I take that back. It's the start power armor that you get with the Brotherhood quest, because the NCR one is not powered. But generally, that's what I'll use. I don't do stealth a whole lot, so that's just go in there, power armor, kill everything, run out, loot the place, just smash and grab.
Yeah. For me, I usually stick to the combat armor, and then whenever I get up in rank, I can get the Mark II, and then use the combat armor and the combat helmet if I'm not wearing Boone's beret. Only because it's a medium armor and it's not heavy. So because I'm a pack rat, I carry a bunch of junk that I don't need and won't ever use, but I feel like that I need it.
Oh, so you don't play on hardcore, do you?
No.
Oh, see, I do. So I have to be very picky about what I carry on my person, and I always have to have food and water. And because to me, like you're playing you're playing an RPG, but you're also playing a survival game. So if you don't play on hardcore, you don't have that survival aspect there, and it's like half of the reason for me to play the game.
Oh, and to double back, when I did the Caesar's Legion, I did do a survival playthrough as Caesar's Legion and Melee. That's why it was such a pain in the ass. I remember now. Yeah, because I like the survival aspect, but at the same time, like I kind of want to enjoy the story and get a good playthrough. I know I want to go back and do a survival playthrough on PC, but that'll be when I actually get some time. But yep, combat armor for me. If I have to, I will use power armor, but that's just if I'm over encumbered. I need to carry stuff. But who's your favorite companion?
There's a lot of. Most of the time, I actually don't go around with a companion. But when I do lately, I've been using Veronica. I gave her the Oh Baby Super Sledge.
Yeah.
But usually either her or Ganon usually. Okay. Boone every once in a while, but yeah, either Veronica or Ganon.
I stick to Boone mostly. I really like his spotter perk. It helps me a lot because I like to try to pick off people before I can get up close to them. And then sometimes if you're in a dark area, and you like zoom in to like shoot at one enemy, with his perk active, you can see other enemies in the background glowing. So you'll know, oh, it's more than just this one guy. But if not him, I use Eddie. I really love Eddie. And then,
Edie.
Yeah. And then the girl with no voice from Dead Money.
Okay.
I use her on
Christine.
Dead Money. Yeah. I literally just got here before we started this podcast. So I'll go back later tonight and play that. But yeah, nine times out of 10, most times, all the time, I will use Boone. He's my favorite. Helps out a lot. Got a decent background and a decent quest you can do as well. Even though I've done that quest millions of times, it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
But is a good companion to have. But sometimes you gotta tell homeboy to chill because he'll just go out there fucking busting for no reason. Like you'll just try to be like sneak around a little bit. No, homeboy's out there just dumping rounds.
Nah, just give him a suppressed sniper rifle. He'll be all right.
Yeah, I try to do that every now and then. But dude, he sees Legion, he's busting.
See, what I've got him using in this most recent playthrough is actually a suppressed 12-7 submachine gun.
Oh wow.
Yes, yours was dead. And yeah.
I keep forgetting you can give your companions weapons. So
why? Like I don't even use any of the the only named gun I've got on me at the moment is I've got the AER-14 prototype and then the what's that? Stop Thump. No, I don't have Thump Thump. I've got the All-American and one other one. But most of my named guns go to my companions because they'll use it more efficiently than I will, and I'm not greedy. So if I can give you more firepower, fucking take off with it. Take what you need to. Let's see. What else we got? I think we're going into DLC now.
Yep.
So obviously your favorite is Dead Money.
Well, it's between that and then I forgot. I keep forgetting the name of it, but the Mount Zion DLC.
Honest Hearts.
Honest Hearts, yeah. So loved Honest Hearts. Loved the Burnt Man or Burning Man or the fucking his name is.
Mm-hmm. The Mormon.
Yeah, the Mormon. But yeah, that was just. I remember as a teenager when I played that DLC for the first time, just the vast expanse. Like that was the first DLC I've ever played that was like huge like that, and it blew me away. I was like, man, this is awesome. This is the coolest DLC. This is coolest. It's like almost a whole game in a DLC. Loved it. You get the cool guns like that's the survivalist rifle that shoots 12-7, and then you get the cool like mimetic stuff like the I think it's a tourniquet and like upgraded anti-venom stuff and whatnot. Cool armor. 1911s galore.
Thompsons.
Yeah, the Thompsons were great. But yeah, it's between that and Dead Money for me. I like Dead Money because of the BAR, and then the whole premise behind Dead Money is letting go and have to leave all that gold and whatnot behind to get out. But yeah, those two are my favorites. So what's yours?
My top two are Lonesome Road and the Big Mountain DLC. I like the Big Mountain DLC because it was kind of absurd.
It was just goofy, and I like goofy.
I do really like games that don't take themselves seriously.
Yeah.
But on the same token, like with Lonesome Road, that one it was actually like a fairly serious DLC
yes.
as far as the story was concerned, and I really, really enjoyed that. So I like extremes on those on that spectrum. So like Big Mountain was just like the floating not lobotomites, but like the floating brains in the little jars with the screens and the robotic scorpions and the lobotomites. Like it was just like this is fucking great. And then, which I don't know if you know, but in Big Mountain, you'll see like these little notes and stuff left behind in little campsites, and that was the guy who was in that was Elijah in Dead Money.
Really?
Yeah. So he had been to Big Mountain, trying to because that's where he got the technology for all the slave collars and the prototype gun that you had to use in Dead Money. And then in Lonesome Road, because you got shot at the beginning of the base game, you have no idea what your backstory was, other than you had to get platinum chip from point A to point B. Lonesome Road gave you a little bit more of your character's backstory, which is where you delivered a package to, I forget, to whatever that valley was, and that road that connects the Mojave Wasteland to the NCR. And that package was like a GPS locator for nuclear weapons. And so that whole valley turned out that way because it got nuked however many years ago. And so to me, that was, and then the main antagonist, Ulysses, was a good representation of the skeletons that even main characters or player characters have in their closets that you may or may not know about.
Yeah.
So we all intend, it basically was like we all intend to, just do our job and do good, but we can also inadvertently do a lot of, cause a lot of pain, whether we want to or not. And, or unwittingly at least.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I thought that was a very, very good DLC. And then like some of the, like one of the Easter eggs that I remember a lot is when you're traveling through like the tunnel that's collapsed or the overpass or whatever it was, you can find. You have to have the Wild Wasteland perk for this, but you can find a dog made of dolomite, which is the dog that waited for Fry in Futurama.
Yeah.
And that was one of my favorite Easter eggs. But yeah, so those are definitely my two. Dead Money was just kind of, I didn't quite grasp the concept at the time because I was only, I want to say like 14 when it came out.
Yeah.
And then Honest Hearts was like, why am I following this fucking Mormon around? You know. So, but I knew it was the Burned Man from Caesar's Legion, who had been cast into the valley and lit on fire and all that good stuff, which is why he would look like a fucking
2020 as a person.
Basically, yeah. So, so yeah, I'm definitely going to be getting all the DLCs again at some point, but right now I've been on a fucking. Well, they just released one of the new DLCs for Borderlands 3, so I've been playing that because it involves one of my favorite characters from 2. God damn it, it's raining and I got a grill.
Yep.
Well, I guess I won't be grilling in the rain. But anyways, but yeah, that's a whole nother topic because that's one game that's like super silly and I really enjoy that series, except 3 went a little too woke, I think. But
yeah, well, you know what? I think we covered a good bit. Granted, I know both of us love New Vegas, and we can definitely nerd out and just talk all night about it.
Oh yeah.
But I want to look forward to maybe us doing a live stream of some sort, us playing Vegas or something,
Yeah. I mean, I'm always down for a live stream. We just gotta get it scheduled and
But yeah, we'll try to do that. Look into that possibility. I know we've been doing our little project updates weekly. Yeah, that, and then my Toyota out there and HK Clone Gang. But yeah,
fun things coming with that one.
Fun things coming with that right there, with that up there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're gonna keep these a little bit shorter. We took your feedback from everybody, so we get it. Nobody has time to sit through an hour and a half long podcast. I know I sure as hell don't. Y'all sure as hell don't. So we're gonna try to keep these between 30, 45 minutes for you guys. But please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps us out greatly. And then
don't forget to hit the little bell next to subscribe so you get notifications when we upload.
Yes.
And we are looking into decentralizing, so not just YouTube and Facebook, but also like BitChute and things like that, so that way we can get across to a wider audience through people on different platforms. So, and that way, if one of them ever has problems, you can always go to another platform and see it. So,
yep. But other than that, guys, like I said, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Check us out on Facebook. We're on Facebook with the same name. Of course, you're here on YouTube, so
yeah, just go to facebook.com/@CGCB podcast, and that'll take you right to us.
Well, I guess that's it for us, guys. Y'all have a good weekend. Y'all be safe and have fun, and we will see y'all next week.